Well, earlier I spoke to the Scottish National Party MP, Hannah Bardell, and I began by asking her if she thought the bridge was a good idea.
This project has merits and is worth consideration, and we will always look in Scotland as to how we can build relationships with other countries and, of course, Ireland. But it's very important that any project doesn't get caught up in the catastrophic brand that Boris has. And he, is somewhat hypocritical, I think, and it seems somewhat ironic that this is a Prime Minister talking about building bridges when all he can do is burn them.
So it sounds a bit like you would give him your backing if he'd let you build it.
I can't speak for the details of this. I think that that would have to be looked at. But I think it's very, very important that people remember that the damage that has been done and is being done by Boris, by the Conservative government to Scotland and to Ireland can't just be made up by building a bridge. It goes much, much deeper than that. Boris is doing, and his government and his advisers are doing everything they can, from what I can see and from what the rest of us can see, to derail democracy. And, I wouldn't frankly trust them to build a Lego bridge.
Your leader, Ian Blackford, said that Boris Johnson was acting like a dictator. Dictators don't generally give people or want to give people a say in a general election, which is what Boris Johnson says he wants to do. And you've blocked that twice now.
I'm afraid when you have got a government and a Prime Minister that is riding roughshod over the democratic institutions, trying to ignore the legislature, that is a very, very serious matter. And to me, he is governing like a despot dictator.
That is rather over-egging it, isn't it? And isn't that going to inflame opinion when you do come to an election? It's going to be a very grubby one, isn't it?
I think we all seek to have a decent discourse, and I don't use that language lightly, nor did the First Minister.
How would your First Minister, Nicola Sturgeon, get along with Jeremy Corbyn if you end up holding the balance of power and the two of them are in government together?
We have said that we will work with others. We will work progressively across Parliament, and I think we will do everything we can to work with others to make sure that Scotland's interests are represented at Westminster for as long as we are there. If the Brexit chaos shows anything, it's how important it is for Scotland to be an independent country, to be able to have its voice heard and to be able to stand on the global stage and not have its reputation damaged by the reckless nature and the reckless actions of Boris and the Conservative government.
Hannah Bardell, thank you very much.